All right, well, good morning and welcome, everybody. This is the ASEA Basics webinar. We are covering everything that you need to know to get your ASEA business off the ground. For some of you out there, this will be just a refresher. As we know, lots of new and current information, rather, that's being announced and launched almost daily here because of the new Renew 28 product and new program enhancements, etc. So we like to keep you up to speed, and if you haven't tuned into one of these, probably every 2 or 3 weeks is probably a good idea. My contact information is on screen, so if you run into any questions later on, feel free to reach out to me. I apologize if I don't get back to you immediately. But you get a little bit buried. I'm on trainings and three-way calls and stuff like that. But usually within a day, if you don't hear back from me, hit me back again. Okay. Again, I apologize just because of the volume of communication I receive. Sometimes it's a little lengthy. But don't think I don't love you, and I'm doing that intentionally. Okay. Just hit me back after a day or so if you don't hear from me. All right. Let's talk about the first step in your training here. The 3minutepeak.com, that's how it's spelled right there on screen. 3minutepeek.com is our duplication and training platform. The first thing when you go there, you're going to get trained. You're going to enroll with this with the site. It's going to cost you all of $9.95 a month. The first month is free, so if you don't like it or feel it's the values there, you don't have to continue it, and you received all the training. There's 10 video modules of training. If you watched them all back to back, it would take you about 3 hours to go through. We're not talking about 4 years of college education here. So I encourage you to do that. Keep the information fresh in your head. And as soon as you're done, go back to that recruit tab of your platform and start putting people's names in and getting them going through the process. Okay, so the process overview for leveraging the platform is first off, again, go through all these 10 lessons of training. You'll see them outlined there on your screen. And each one has a what you're going to learn video. That's what will play first. And then on the right there, you'll see it says how to do what you just learned. And then there's a little workbook worksheet you can print out so you can kind of reflect back later as you go through the training. So when you go out there, after you complete your training, and even in the process, a lot of people think we're ASEA salesmen, and we're really not. Okay, what we are is we are business builders. You are looking to create an ASEA distribution channel. Now, it's different than being a door-to-door salesman. So, and I think if you know that and understand that from the beginning, your perception of our industry and what we do should become less intimidating, should become, I think, you shouldn't have that maybe a little bit of air, like uncomfortableness. Okay, you're building a channel of distribution of an amazing new health science technology breakthrough product, and you're looking for people that want to build a network. So if you just talk about the product benefits, then you're more of like the role of a doctor or a one-time salesman. And so this is the conversation that I like to have with people to identify if they're going to be a good business building prospect. Okay. As I talk to people, first off, the most important thing, number one, is let them do most of the talking. Let them do most of the talking. As the quote says here, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. This was from, I think, Brian Tracy. The great late Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he said in his 5th habit, he said, seek first to understand and then to be understood. Okay? So have a conversation with people. Now, I don't want you to interview them, okay, or interrogate them, make them, uncomfortable or sound like you're trying to, manipulate or use any kind of sales tactics. I think a lot of people, that's where they fall on their face too. Just have a conversation, guys. Seriously. I mean, if you take out the whole ASEA out of your mind, okay? When you're talking with someone, have no agenda that you're going to sell them anything or anything like that. Don't be listening for keywords or key phrases. Just learn about that person. Now, when you're learning about the person, there's 4 things I have on screen during the course of your conversation that you should be learning about, right? If I just called an old friend of mine and I said, hey, Bill, hey, man, what are you up to nowadays? What do Bill's going to tell me. He may tell me the first thing he might tell me is, well, hey, how's it going? Well, yeah, still married. I've got a couple of kids. Okay. So we're in that mode of conversation. And in the process, I might say, so what are you doing for work now? Okay. And then he'll tell me, oh, I'm still at this thing. And then all I do is I'm just trying to determine, is Bill excited and happy about that? So I'll say something like, I go, wow, is that cool? You digging that? And let him respond. Or like, no, I hate my job. What are you talking about? I mean, that's a very common answer. Or say like, well, it puts food on the table. I mean, again, you're just having a conversation and learning about that person you're talking to. But just make sure in the back of your mind that you're learning these elements. Now, you see that second question there, it says, do you earn enough income? How I would phrase that is I would say, well, man, they must pay you a fortune to do that. You may want to write that down. They must pay you a fortune to do that. See, because that applies to whether someone loves what they do or whether they hate what they do, right? So they love what they do. They'll be, oh, wow, yeah, they must pay you a fortune to do that. No, I wish, you gotta be kidding. You don't know what teachers make? We really can just barely pay our bills. So they may say something like that, even though they love what they do. Someone who hates their job will say like, yeah, right, I wish I got paid more. Why do you think I hate my job so much? Okay. So again, but the wheels start to spin, right? And they start to realize that what am I doing? Something that I hate and I don't make enough income. Hopefully their gears are starting to turn for them, and you're not having to say anything. I like to refer to it a lot when people kind of come up and ask for tips or tricks. Say, Paul, what we really do, in this business? And I say, really, one of the core things we do is I just hold a mirror up to people and just let them see their current situation. It's very sad that when people get in their latter years of their life and when they interview people in retirement homes, one of the biggest things that they share about their life and what they would have done differently is they say they have regret that they didn't live, that they didn't do things that they wanted. They didn't take more risk, in other words. They only did what was safe and what was comfortable. And so for me, it's like I'm just trying to hold a mirror up to people in this process so they can see where they're at and not just ignore it for another 30 or 40 years and realize, man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's kind of how I've always lived my life. I always try to look out 20 or 30 years and say, hey, if I make this decision right now not to do this business, and I look back in 30 years, what would I think of that decision? And if it's like, man, I would regret not just going full bore, talking to 1,000 people, whatever it took, I would regret it because I definitely don't have the energy now at age 80, to do that, and I can't rewind time. So that's really the message that we want to get. So as you're just asking, having a conversation with people, again, these things are coming up. It's coming up on their end, which is most important, guys. Okay, it's their understanding and their come to self-realization of their situation. I would ask people. You see that third question? I'd say, so what are you doing for fun nowadays, Bill? You still playing golf? Bill may say, I can't remember the last time I hit a golf ball, man. I got no time. Matter of fact, I can't even have barely time to spend with my kids. I come home from work and I'm wiped out. I just want to eat dinner and go to sleep. Does this sound familiar to people on this call? Okay, so basically, I've now identified this person likes or doesn't like what they do. They probably don't, it could use more income, right? Probably could use more income, and they don't have enough free time. And I'll go, so when are you going to be able to stop working and be able to retire? Have you thought of that? Man, I'll probably work until the day I die. I get that a lot, right? Until I got one foot in the dirt. I'm taking a dirt nap, whatever. Right? People have no idea. If you ask them for a specific day, what date you're going to be able to retire? Yeah, right. I have no year, what century I'll be retired. So now you got all the stuff, and so when you get to the last thing, I mean this last bullet point I have on screen there, and you ask them if they'd be open to other ways of generating income, what do you think the answer is most of the time? I'd say most of the time somebody will say what are you talking about? Or what is it? Right? That's probably minimally. But a lot of times you're like, well, yeah, what is it? What do you got? Okay. Very rarely after someone's dumped on you their whole situation and come to that self-realization that they're not happy with their situation, very rarely they're just like, no, I'm not interested in making any more money. No, I'm not interested in capitalizing on something revolutionary and new and can make me extra, A lot of extra income. Right? So basically at this point, they're in the right mindset. You ask the right question and they tell you yes, and usually they want the information now. You go, what is it? Tell me about it. Okay, so we've identified now at this point, we've taken someone from being a suspect into a prospect. Now, if in those rare instances, you may run into someone who says, oh, yeah, life's great. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I have so much fun. And I love what I do. And, oh, yeah, we spent so much time. We're going on vacation next week. If you run into someone like that, that's great. That's great. Then their life's good, and you can just help them now. Now they become a customer. Now they become like, great, you know what I'd love to do since everything's going so well for you, financially and your lifestyle. I'd like to make sure I keep you as young as possible for as long as possible. Would you be interested in slowing down the aging process? Would you be interested in not, in reducing your chances of getting sick or ill and keeping your family as healthy as possible? If they're an athlete, I'd say, hey, would you be interested in going faster longer? Would you be interested in getting younger and being stronger? I mean, however you want to put it. They now just become a product customer, and hey, just sign them up as a preferred. You're getting $25 a month from that person. Next. But have this business building conversation first, because this is where most of the people, 95 people out of 100, if you've watched our opportunity presentation, this is what they should resonate with. Okay, so now I've got my prospect. I've taken my suspect to the area of being a prospect. Now, number 2 says be busy. What does that mean, Paul? Okay. You do not want to vomit all over this person at this point. Okay. At this point in the process. Do not just start going, hey, well, your mitochondria make these little molecules as they make adenosine triphosphate. And as they spit out these little molecules, these are what scientists refer to as redox signaling molecules. There's reactive oxygen species and there's reduced. I mean, I've literally heard people go into a path like that. my eyes roll back. So no, all you're going to say is, look, hey, Bill, I got to get to another appointment here. Let me get your email address. Give me a good current email address. And I'm going to shoot you over just a little 3-minute video clip overview. Okay. And I'll follow up. I'll call you back. How's about in 3 hours from now? That work for you? Oh, today's kind of bad. Okay. What, tomorrow? How about the same time tomorrow? Right. It seems like this is a good time frame. Okay, good. We'll get back tomorrow. Just make sure you set a follow-up time, because that is going to put a sense of urgency for your prospect to actually watch the information. Right? They don't want to get the phone call and go, oh, well, yeah, I didn't watch a 3-minute video clip. In 24 hours or whatever, 3 hours, I didn't have time to watch a 3-minute video clip. So be sure you do that. And really, the only point of it is so that they actually watch it. All right. Remember, you're the messenger, not the message. You will learn that in the 3-minute peak training. Okay? That's the follow-up. Then what you're going to do as well, you're going to monitor the progress in the back office of 3-minute peak. Again, you will know, and it's really neat when you log in, you'll know if they watched something, how long they watched it for, etc. And then if they're ready to go and you follow up with them, and they say, man, this is exciting, and they actually watch maybe the 12-minute review, and you say, well, what do I do? How do I get started? What do I need to do? You say, look, we'll get you started, and you can send them, I'm going to send you a 5-minute video clip that will outline the ways you can get started, the different packages, and then I'll follow up with you again. Okay? So at that point, I mean, if they're skeptical, negative, have questions, do a 3-way call. Set up a 3-way call. Say, look, those are great questions. Let me get one of my business partners on the line to be able to answer them. All right? And I'll tell you, the 3-way phone call is so powerful because, again, remember, it's your credibility and influence, and it's your upline's knowledge or track record of success. And I encourage you to look for at least a gold executive or higher in your upline, and that way, they've probably got it down. They've probably got the communication down. All right. So what if you can't be busy? Okay, like let's say you're on an airplane flight and someone's just hounding you, and you're like, I don't want to wait for you. Just what would you tell me in 3 minutes anyway, right? Well, I have an analogy I like to use when I mention about describing the technology of ASEA. I like to use the analogy of using cell phones because most people have it. I don't know anybody who doesn't have a cell phone. There's maybe just like 1 or 2 people out of everybody I know. Okay, so everyone can relate to a cell phone, right? And I let people know that, hey, when you go to an area where there's a lot of cell phone towers, you typically have that coveted 5 bars of signal strength, right? And your communications are crystal clear. Now, what if you go to an area where you don't have as many cell phone towers? Then, of course, your cell bars drop down, and all of a sudden now you can't hear and communicate with the person. They can't hear you, right? We've seen that commercial. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Right? We're to see that. But what is it more like in reality? It's more like this guy, right? Hey, can you hear me? And it, you know, I've tried this many times, but the louder you talk, doesn't have absolutely no effect on if they can hear you, because you just don't have enough cell phone signal strength. Now, it's funny there, but what if you're a police officer or a fireman? This could be life-threatening. And this is what goes on inside your body. See, because as you age, your body makes less and less of these cell phone towers. In other words, your cell phone towers get aged and they fall off, and the amount of replacement towers diminishes as you age. Things start to break down. You get fires, you get emergencies, you get bad guys in your body, and all of your body's police officers and firemen, they can't respond, and then we start to have issues and problems and challenges. What if we could put those cell phone towers back, right? In an area, we build up the cell phone towers, and of course the signal strength gets strong again, and then we're back to being a very happy camper, right? So with regards to ASEA, this is where ASEA is. We are a bottle full of cell phone communication towers, and we're going to keep those levels high so that you get those 5 bars of signal strength and your cells are communicating as efficiently as possible. And if you have any health challenges, it will definitely not be because your cells aren't able to communicate. This is one of the most fundamental places in overall general health and wellness. To get an overview of this, you can go to www.reactivebalance.com. You want to write that down. It's a 1-minute overview that I have. It kind of just does what I just showed. It kind of just mainly explain from a 30,000-foot perspective on how, as we age, we start, dropping calls and all that, and then how everyone will benefit from this amazing product in about 1 minute. Okay. Well, let's talk about Renew 28. If you go to renewoverview.com, okay, it will explain how Renew 28 is different from any skincare product on the market because it leverages this technology of redox signaling and helps keep your skin not just looking younger, but being younger. Okay, so go check that out. Again, that's just a little over 1 minute, again, overview on our Renew 28 technology. Okay, let's talk about building your business and really what's going to create your success. This is really all I need to talk about the product, guys. Okay, especially if your conversation is focused in the right direction, people won't even care what you're selling. Okay, but the simple fact is we have the most revolutionary breakthrough technology in the world. We're protected by multiple registered patents, et cetera, and our technology is more fundamental than any other health and wellness supplement in the world. So that's a given, okay? But how am I going to build a business around this, and how am I going to be able to educate others and get them to duplicate and build a successful business themselves? Well, let me just break it down to you in simple terms. It's about consistency over time, okay? So let's just say that you made the goal of talking to 2 people per day without fail. In 1 month, you would have talked to 60 people. That's 720 people per year at a 5% conversion rate, which is low, okay? You would have 36 personal enrollments over the course of a year. What do you think your business would do? If you had other people doing this, and let's say a big portion of them weren't even as successful as you can see you probably have over 100, 200 people very realistically in your organization. Now, here's a more significant statistic. The people that are using our 3-minute peak.com system and are sending the correct videos, doing the messaging I'm sharing with you, having that conversation with people, and they're following up on top of it. Very, very important. The fortune is in the follow-up. I see a lot of people, and I look at their platform, and I see they're not following up. They didn't call back the person. They just expected them to call them. No, we don't train you to do that, right? You need to follow up, do what you say. The conversion rate goes up to 24% if you're using the platform correctly. So somewhere between, let's say, 36 people and a couple, 100 something people, right, in the course of a year, That is what will generate your results. And this is very part-time, by the way, guys. How long would it take you to talk to two people and say, hey, you got to, and be able to just listen to their little, sort of maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then say, look, I'll send you a 3-minute video clip. You could easily spend, half an hour a day and get a couple exposures per day. Now, 3 people per day would equate to 1,080 per year, which is 54 enrollments at a 5% conservative conversion rate. And let's say you did 5 a day, and you only worked 5 days a week. You took off the weekends. That's still 1,200 people you would have exposed to ASEA to. And at 5%, 60 would have enrolled. So probably, more like over a couple hundred people you would have enrolled in your organization. Now, saying, Paul, that sounds easy. No, it's simple. It's not easy. If I told you, if you came to me and said, Paul, I want to lose weight, I want to get in shape. And I say, look, you got to do something every day. I don't care what it is. You don't have to do 100 push-ups or 80 sit-ups every day. You don't have to do that. Okay. But here's what I don't want you. I don't want you to do nothing. You need to, whatever your commitment is, walk around the block minimally. If you get a little extra energy in the day, walk around your whole neighborhood 3 times. Okay. So whatever it is that you commit to, the bottom line is, as long as you don't quit in 3 weeks from now, okay, let's look at where you're at in a year. You're going to be in a better state of health. Okay. If you say, Paul, no, I want to go run at least 1 mile a day or 2 miles a day or 3 miles a day, whatever it is, you're going to be in a better state of health. It's no different, guys. It's no different. The only question and the only decision you have to make is it worth it to you? Right? If in a year from now, you had the ability to stop working and to have, let's just say, $5,000 a month come into your bank account, would that have been worth it to you? You had to, let's say you did 5 people a day and said, look, I'm not going to, without waiver, I'm talking to 5 people. I don't care how negative people are. I'm going to do this because even if it's only 5 out of 100 that join, I'm still enrolling 60 people. And out of those 60, I should have a few of them at least that do the same thing and make that same commitment. If you're of that mindset, okay, it's going to happen for you. And I would say 5,000 is a very conservative number. I don't know anybody, who's done that for a year, doesn't have a 5-figure monthly income. I know people that's been in the business for 3 years, maybe talk to 20 people, okay? But I don't know anyone who said, look, Paul, here's my numbers, here's my sheet. I have talked to 5 people a day for 1 year, and I've only signed up 2 people. I mean, unless they were speaking a foreign language, I can't imagine. Because I've seen people that when I hear what they say to people, even they say all the wrong things, there are still people who will be like, who will be starting to question them and trying to get clarification, and they'll find the right people will find their own answers. They'll get one or two words and go, there might be something here, let me investigate, and they find it out on their own. So you can stumble upon yourself and we have people out here doing very well, making significant income, who you would look at and go, really? How are they making money? Because they're doing these numbers. That's it. Bottom line. The good news is if you're sharp, you're intelligent, you can take that conversion rate even higher than 24%. Okay? But most importantly, you've got to make the commitment on a daily or weekly basis, and you got to stick with it, and you got to do it over a period of time. And that period of time is not 1 week, it's not 1 month. Okay, let's look at a year. Let's go out a year. All right. Hopefully that drills in that concept. Okay, so I do this 2 model. It's very simple. If you just signed up 2 people within your first 30 days, and you help those 2 people sign up their 2 people within the next 30 days, and you just kept doing that, after 1 year, you'd have a total of 8,000 people in your group. Okay. You can look. That's why I put this chart up there. And your potential for earnings is $40,000 a month. Now, with the comp plan enhancements and whatnot, you'd have to do a couple other things starting around month 9. Okay, you'd have to make sure you enrolled another person or created another line of sponsorship. But basically, at that point anyway, about $5,000 a month you'd be earning. you'd be able to do this full time. That wouldn't be a challenge. I don't know anybody who's gotten to that much binary commissions who doesn't have multiple legs of enrollment. So it's really a matter of helping at least everyone find their two. And with our AAA program, you really want to help them find four. But even if only two do it, you're duplicating. Okay. And at $40,000 a month, even being 90% unsuccessful and only $4,000 a month of residual income is coming into your bank account, I'm pretty sure that most people on this call would say, Paul, that was way worth my time. I can't imagine the fact that I can stop working right now and have $4,000 a month, even though I had a 90% unsuccess rate. Okay, in this picture, I have $4,000. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen over the next year and the next year, right? Or some people will say, you know what, that's good enough for me. Find me at the beach. Okay, we got people who you haven't seen. Okay, a lot of people say, where'd that person go? Where'd that person go? I go, well, they don't have to be here. I mean, great enough. That was enough residual income for them. So basically, totally up to you on how big you want to build it. This is an Albert Gray quote. The secret of success of every person who has ever been successful lies in the fact that they formed the habits of doing things others don't like to do. Our mantra here at Team Reactive is today I will do what others don't, so tomorrow I can have what others won't. I'm willing to do things. I am willing to, for other people to call me an idiot and to tell me I can't do something. I'm going to use that as motivation to show them my success later. Have that attitude. Don't have the attitude I'm going to join them in failure. Okay, I'm gonna settle for what they're settling for. Just because they're not willing to make the sacrifice and would rather stay in their current situation doesn't mean I have to settle. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. All right, ASEAstore.com. We've got printed materials there from business cards, brochures, CDs, DVDs, magazines, books, banners, you name it. ASEAstore.com is the place. A couple things you want to pick up. The product usage guide. Any customer, associate, whatever needs to be using this product usage guide. There is one with every case, but you want to have some extra on hand, especially if you want to be explaining to people. If some folks are a little bit, hesitant on what they're going to be doing, you can show them exactly how they'll be taking the product. If you're going to want to have a video, like a DVD format, the DVD we recommend is one called Meet ASEA. It's because it's got all the other videos on it. It's got the quick draw videos, the product opportunities, Genesis video. So this is the only one you need to have. It'll cost you all of a couple dollars. You buy them in units of 10. A product brochure. The product brochure we recommend is called The Science of ASEA. Very professional, and it really allows you to, allows people rather to see that there's real science behind this, some references to studies on the product efficacy. So again, it's really just designed to establish credibility for the technology itself. Now, if you're going to be talking to medical professionals, I don't recommend you focusing on this market. By the way, if you have the connection, that's great. But and of course, if you have the connection, you go to let's say your brother-in-law is a doctor. You don't want to show up and that they're asking. He's going to be trying to. Especially if he's got an attitude and want to poo-poo on things, right? You can just say, hey, look, here's a book. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor, but here's one written by an atomic medical physicist. Here's a book. Here's a CD on it. Here's a CD that has MDs, PhDs, board certified naturopathic doctors, etc. on it. And then if you want to pull out the heavy artillery, get a copy of this book called Redox Life. This is written by a 2-time Nobel Prize winning nominee. I'm sorry, not winning. Nobel Prize nominee, and it's 534 pages, and it will blow their minds away. I don't know a doctor yet I've shown this to who just eyeballs it and pop out. So, and again, that's if they read it, okay, or read any section of it, because it really clarifies how that part of the body and these different systems in the body, how they work and how redox affects that. The 2 pages you want to write down there, they're on the screen, page 206 and 217, so write those pages down. Those pages, okay, illustrate the different types of conditions and pathologies that redox can affect. And that's what it says on 206, how it can, how important a role it plays. And on 217, it shows a picture of the body and all different systems, or rather, pictures of all the different systems and organs that there's actually been clinical studies done where they've measured the impact of redox on. So again, great book for the heavy guns. It's not inexpensive, and that's why I don't want you to invest in it unless you have direct or indirect contacts in the medical space there. I am ASEA. Learn about some of your fellow ASEA associates, people who have created success here, by going to IamASEA.com. You can see Team Reactive's very own triple diamond executives, Dr. Foster and Terry Malmet. I think they were just gold executives here back in this cruise. Also ASEA Impact. You'll see Team Reactive's own Michael and Esperanza Stern, triple diamond executives, winners of the I Am ASEA award. You can go to ASEAImpact.com and learn all about the advisory council, all the rewards and incentive trips, etc. And now let's talk about AutoShip. This is your only ASEA business expense. It's going to ensure you have enough product on hand for yourself, ensures you remain active so that you carry over volume, and as part of the duplication model, people are going to do what you do, not what you say. If you do not, if you're not on AutoShip, how do you expect anyone else to be on AutoShip? And how do you expect to develop a residual income stream? Okay, the purpose and what makes the magic work of our company and product is that we have a product that everyone needs to take. Now with Renew 28, we have a product everyone wants to take. So take it. Be consistent with it. Just like getting consistency in your financial results, to get product results, you need to be consistent with the product, so you need to get a case at least each month as well, right? So the benefit of signing up for AutoShip or enrolling your associates on AutoShip when you first get started, and this, by the way, is just going to go for another, just about a week. Can't believe it's already almost the end of June. But if someone signs up for AutoShip when they enroll, and they go through 3 consecutive months of being on AutoShip, then they're going to get a free case of ASEA after the 3rd month. But they can only do it if they enroll right away in AutoShip, and let them know, hey, they can cancel any time. Okay, but don't let them risk the ability for getting a free case just by staying on for 3 consecutive months, right? If you're not on AutoShip, be sure to go into your virtual office, log in with your username and password. Go to My Business, click on Manage AutoShip there at the top, and then you're going to say Create an AutoShip order if you don't already have one. That's how you would set up your AutoShip. Okay. Next, Team Reactive website, teamreactive.com. This is what it looks like. The most important thing, is up here, click on Stay Informed. That's going to get you on our mailing communication list, so you get reminders of conference calls and webinars and trainings like the one you're on right now, special events, etc. Get plugged in. I'll give you an outline of the weekly calls here in just a second. And make sure all of your people get plugged in. Let us do the heavy lifting for you, okay? That way you can spend and focus your time on doing what you need to be doing, and that is going out and looking for new associates, okay? Let us come right behind you and help you out with keeping them all informed and trained. So here's sort of a summary of our weekly calls and webinars. Every Monday is our Leadership in Momentum call. It's at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon on the East Coast. Be sure to tune into that. Again, you'll get the reminders if you sign up for the mailing list. It'll give you all the conference call dial-in information. It'll give you the times. So again, just sign up for the mailing list, and tomorrow you'll get that reminder. Tuesdays, TRM call. TRM stands for Team Reactive Momentum Calls, but it also stands for Train, Recruit, and Manage. So we're going to teach you we're going to train you there on Tuesday. We've got all kinds of great topics. Hosted by Triple Diamond Executive Terry and Foster Malmed. Wednesday's a recruit day led by Colleen Murray, Triple Diamond Executive, and Diamond Executive Julianne Fike. And then on Thursdays is the the Manage call, and that's hosted by Triple Diamond Executive Michael Stern, along with Platinum Executive Brent Brooks. So again, every morning, Tuesday through Thursday, we get your day off to a great start, 8 a.m. It's a little earlier. It's 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. And then Tuesdays, also in the evening, is the Vision Call. Okay, so the Vision Call is a corporate produced call, and if you go to visioncall.info, once again, visioncall.info, info. You can get all the details on that. So, also on Wednesday, besides the TRM call, we have the Connection Hangout. And you can go to connectionhangout.com. Now, we haven't posted this week's information yet. We're going to be doing a Renew 28 party, but I'm having to fly to Utah, so I'm making some modifications for the invite. But basically, stay tuned. By the end of the weekend, we should have that up at connectionhangout.com, and you'll be able to join that group and tune into that. It's a Google Hangout video stream of multiple people. It's a lot of fun. We interview celebrities, corporate executives, business professionals, more on a personal basis, and so you can get to know these folks, and then how ASEA has contributed to their life, and how they want to contribute back to helping our amazing cause. All right, Thursday, TRM call and the Biz Opportunity webinar is that night. So you can go to Thursday411.com. Once again, Thursday, the number 4, the number 1, the number 1.com. And you can register for that. By the way, all this stuff too, guys, on the teamreactive.com calendar. So if you want to get the times, you can go through the calendar and get the specifics there as well. Okay, but again, the easiest way, just sign up for the mailing list, and every about 3 times a week, we're going to send you reminders with all the info right there. Saturday is the Basics webinar. That's the one you're on right now. Okay, so you could go to basicswebinar.com and tell your folks to get connected so we can give them the same training each and every Saturday. Be on the mailing list for reminders, okay? Last final reminder to do that. Okay, last section here, guys. This is the home stretch talking about the compensation. We got the Fast Start AAA bonus and team commissions. So the 4 ways to get paid. Fast Start, this is your immediate active income. AAA bonus is the beginning of the development of your residual income. Team bonus, where you start to get into the wealth building part, up to $40,000 a month just on team bonus commissions alone. And then check match is where you're able to generate unlimited wealth. Okay, the more leadership you help to create, the deeper you get paid in your organization on more people. So the stability side is here with Fast Start and AAA. Pay your bills, get your overhead covered there, and then the wealth side is covered, or rather transitions into the team bonus and check match. So let's first talk about the Fast Start bonus on the stability income side. This is the amount of income that you earn when you enroll someone with one of our enroller packs, whether it's a 1-case, 2-case, 4-case, or 8-case package. You're going to earn an immediate commission that will get paid to you the following week. Okay, let me explain. Every week, midnight Eastern time on Friday, our commission week closes. Okay, so however many people you sign up for the week with the enrollment packages, that all gets tallied up, and the following week on Thursday, that money gets deposited into your account. This is the fastest pay cycle of any company I've ever been with. Okay, they also pay team commissions that way and matching checks every single week. Okay, let me show you how it's calculated though. If someone enrolls with just 1 case of product, so they pay the $40 associate fee and they add a $120 case, you're going to get $20. If they do 2 cases, you're going to get $40. 4 cases, $80. 8 cases would be $160. So it's basically $20 per enrollment case. Very easy to calculate. Now, if someone you sponsor, if they sign up someone, okay, they get the bonus and you get half of what they get. Okay, so if they did 1 case, they sign up somebody who got started with 1 case, they get 20, you get 10. Okay, and then it goes up 1 more level. Half of that it goes up, so it's paid through 3 levels. So let me illustrate. This is you, and if someone does the 4 case, this is our most popular package. Okay, that means you're going to get a commission for $80. They do the 4 case enrollment package. Now, if that person Ann signs up someone named Jim, Ann gets 80, you get 40, half of that amount, right? If Jim signs up someone named Dan, well, Jim gets 80, Ann gets 40, you get 20. Okay, and that's as deep as it goes. So when the person you sign up and the person they sign up, person they sign up, you will get a fast start. This is commission. Now this is designed to get your business up and off the ground, because in the very beginning, this is where most of your income is going to be derived from. You've got a fresh list of people to contact, right? So you're probably getting a lot of enrollments, and you're gonna get a lot of your income is going to come from these enrollment packages. Now, what if Ann's inactive? So in other words, she doesn't purchase a case of product within the last 30 days. She doesn't have any customers. She doesn't have 100 PV of qualifying volume. Instead of the company keeping that money, okay, what will happen is, because other companies, that would happen, okay, what happens is it shifts up. You're going to get the 40, and then your sponsor gets the 20. Okay, so it just shifts up to the first qualified person. Now again, not all companies, you know, would keep that, but there are some that will. But ASEA makes sure that everything gets paid out to the first qualified person eligible. Okay, AAA bonus. By the way, guys, if you did just join us, if you have a question, please click on the little hand raise button on the software. That will indicate you have a question. I'll see it. I'll be able to call on you. If you want to just jump on in with your question, if you're just calling in on the conference line, do a *6. That will unmute your phone line, and then we'll be able to hear your question. Again, I don't like to use the typing method with the chat because it's distracting. I've got to stop and read it and all that stuff. So please just jump right on either *6 and jump on in, or click on the little hand raise button, and I'll call on you. Okay, the AAA bonus, the L1 bonus, which is $100 to you every single month, requires that you first are on auto ship with a minimum of 100 PV. So just one case of ASEA, 4 tubes of Renew, or a combination thereof. Now, you've got 4 personally sponsored associates on auto ship with a minimum of 100 PV, and you have a minimum of 600 auto ship volume on your first level. Now, this is not being enforced until July, okay, because we have this new product, this Renew 28. There's a lot of additional ways to create additional volume. So basically, starting in July, you have to have 600. Now, what does that mean? Well, we're going to go through a couple scenarios and how you can achieve that. But these are the only requirements to achieve your L1 bonus. So this is what the volume, how it's generated. One case of ASEA is 100 PV, 4 tubes of Renew 28 is 100 PV. If someone's a preferred customer, it's only 50 PV. Okay, so in other words, you could have 2 preferred customers, and that would equate to 100 PV as well. But again, you always want to make sure you have your own case of product for your own personal benefit, and that you're getting your ASEA or Renew story. Okay, so make sure you do have your auto ship for at least 100 PV. But this is just to know that if you have preferred customers, that's the volume that would be putting on your account. All right, so this is you. If you enroll 4 people personally, okay, and they're all on auto ship for at least 100 PV, and you have 600 of auto ship volume, you will qualify for L1. Okay, so in this case, you've got the 100. If you add let's say in this case, if they added the 4 tubes of Renew 28 to just 2 of these people, that would make the 600 qualify. Looks like my check marks are a little off, a little low here. but basically, that would make all of your qualifications to be L1 qualified in this particular scenario. Let's look at another scenario. This is you, okay? And let's say you've got 4 people here. They're just doing a case with 1 tube of Renew 28 on auto ship, okay? And this is very realistic. Most people, this is probably what they'll do minimally, because by the way, if you get the only way you can get 1 tube of Renew 28 on order is if you add 1 tube to your auto ship. And by the way, they don't even charge you for the shipping when you do that, okay? It doesn't add any cost of shipping. If you want 2 tubes of Renew, okay, generally rather Renew is shipped in a minimum of 2 tubes at a time and charged shipping rate. It's almost $10, to ship. But if you do add just 1 tube to your auto ship, there is no shipping charge in that scenario. Now, so we've got the 100 points of auto ship ourselves. We've got 4 people with 100 auto ship and with the extra Renew tubes. And if we had 4 personal customers just buying 2 tubes of Renew only, that would add the extra 100 PV, which would give us a total of 600 of auto ship volume. Okay, so basically, there's a combination of ways you can get to 600 of L1 volume. Okay, now let's look at one more scenario here. We've got a mixture. We've got two people here that are on a case of ASEA for auto ship, two people on the 4-tube auto ship. Okay, you want to have spares, okay, just in case someone's auto ship cancels, or let's say the credit card declines. Okay, don't let that affect your whole structure. Okay, your whole L1 bonus and prevent you from getting your L1 bonus. Go out and don't just do 4. Try to get 8, 10, 20 people on your very first line there on auto ship, whether it's for the Renew or the ASEA. And that way you have a rock solid infrastructure. All right. Now, let's talk about the L2 bonus. It's basically the L1, remember, will be getting you your 100, but every time you help someone else get their L1 bonus, they're getting their 100. And now you're getting another 250 because you're L2 qualified. So let me clarify. Help 2 people get to, 2 of your 4 get to L1, and now you're L2 qualified. You just added another $250 to your earnings. That's a total of $350 a month just in this bonus alone. And we'll talk about the other commissions in a minute here with team commissions on how that will get impacted as well. Finally, L3, okay, is helping 2 of your 4 people get to L2. By doing that, you're now L3 qualified, and you'll receive $400 additional each month. That's a total of $750 every single month just by helping 2 of your 4 people get to the L2 level. Again, I want to word that correctly. You're helping 2 people of your 4 personals that are on auto ship become L2 qualified. Don't make it any more complicated than that, guys. Okay? So how do you get beyond $1,000 a month? Okay, let's talk about how you get beyond $1,000 a month. By helping other people get in life what they want, you will get what you want. That's Zig Ziglar. So if you help other people get to L1, you're an L2. 2 of your 4 get to L1, you're an L2. If you help 2 of them get to L2, you're now at L3. Okay, sorry about this. These slides look like when I copied and pasted them, they get a little bit overlapping text and stuff here. Okay, now you help more associates become L3 and become thousandaires, then your volume will grow and so will your check from the other parts of our compensation plan. Okay, so let's talk about the other parts of the plan and team commissions. Okay, let's say you had 3,000 of volume on the left and 2,500 of volume on the right on the team part of your plan, where you can only have, everyone can only have 2 people directly beneath them. Okay, so in the case of A, B, C, and D, these are the people that you personally enrolled. They're frontline to you on your AAA structure, but again, the C and D people had to be put underneath A and B. Okay, because you already had it, your 2 people with A and B. So, and as they continued to sign people up and started to fill in their AAA structure, it started to generate volume. So let's say this particular week there was 3,000 on the left, 2,500 on the right. You get paid 10% of the lesser side, so 10% of 2,500 means you earn an additional $250. Now, what would happen is that next week your right side goes to 0, but since there was 3,000 of volume this week on your left side, which was a $500 difference than what you had on your right, you would carry over the 500 on your left side. So you would start next week with 500 on your left side. Again, guys, I apologize for the overlapping text. It looks like when I copied and pasted these slides to this to my training that the fonts were different or something. Okay, so if you add in your $750 of earnings that you got on the AAA bonus to this $250, you can see that's how we can get to $1,000 a month. Now, as your sales team and volume grows, you can earn up to $250 plus $750 and more with the other parts of the plan. Okay, let's earn $2,000 a month. How do we do that? Help 2 people on your right and 2 people on your left earn the L3 bonus. Okay, take them to L3 And now, instead of 1,000, we're getting closer to 2,000 a month because we're at the rank of bronze executive. We're check matching. Okay? So approximate income earnings for a bronze is at $2,000, $2,500 a month. What if we want to get to 4,000 a month? Okay? And help a bronze in your left team and a bronze in your right team. And now you're probably a gold executive at that time. And 20,000 of volume left and right, you're probably earning around $4,000 to $5,000, if not more, a month. Okay, as a qualifying gold executive. Okay, let's talk about wealth generation in the team bonus. Okay, so I just want to really make sure this is clear. As you're signing up, in the case of Dan here, when he personally enrolls someone and they're going in his AAA structure, this is Tina and this is Matt. Again, the third person, Debbie here, has to go underneath someone in the team structure. So Debbie's going underneath Tina and Teresa's going underneath Matt. That's how this is all building out. And again, if everyone's doing their 100 PV each month or getting their one case, okay, then that would generate an additional 20 just on the L1 bonus. Okay, and as all this continues to fill out, okay, over time, that's going, you're going to see is where you're going to keep generating more and more revenue from the team side of the plan. And the check match, how that works, okay, starting at bronze executive or higher, you're going to generate 10, 15, 20%, whatever the check match is for that particular commission week. And you will match on the checks in the people in your group up to 7 generations. So a generation is everyone in your group all the way to someone who qualifies as a bronze executive or higher. That's one generation. Guys, this could be like dozens of levels of depth, okay, that everyone in your organization that gets some check off their team commissions, can you imagine getting 10, even 15 or 20% on that amount added to your own earnings? This is where the big money is, okay, is by developing leadership. As a triple diamond, you are paid up to 7 generations, which again could be thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, that every time someone gets a check, you get a certain percentage of that added to your own earnings. Okay? And once again, don't rely on the minimums. Make sure you got some spares out there and teach all your people to get spares. Because not only it's going to solidify your AAA structure, but it's going to increase your check dramatically. Okay, so getting to the top, let me define what volume is first. Volume is any time you make a purchase, it puts volume in the compensation plan. So if you just someone signs up for a 1-case enrollment package, which is the $120 plus the $40 associate kit fee, it's going to put 25 in the plan. The 280 2-case package puts 50. The 410 4-case puts 100, and the 810 8-case puts 200. Now, if you're wondering, why is it so low, Paul? Somebody spent $410 and there's only 100 that goes into the team commissions? Doesn't make sense. What's the company doing with the rest of the money? Well, don't forget, out of that 410, for example, $80 got paid to the enroller of that associate. 40 went to the enroller's sponsor, and 20 went to the enroller's sponsor's sponsor. So again, that's paid out of that. Also, remember, this includes your getting started kit, the DVD, CDs, brochures, getting started guide, all that, plus website hosting for the entire year is included in this. Okay, it comes out of that $40 kit fee. And also remember, there's a free case of product. This is a $110 discounted package. I think it's very generous of the company at the end of the day to still put in 100 PV in the plan, and that way we can create some additional overrides for the entire upline. Now, let's talk about a more accurate conversion rate. When someone purchases a case of product at wholesale for 120, 100 PV gets put in the plan. One case as a preferred customer for 120, 50 gets put in the plan. Okay, and the reason for it's lower is because there's a $25 personal commission bonus that gets paid to the enroller of that preferred customer every single month. Okay, a half case is $65 and 50 gets put into the plan on a half case. Now, reason why you don't want to just rely on preferred customers or half cases is because you need to have 100 PV to be active up to the rank of Director 700. If you want your matching checks starting at, and if you're qualified for bronze executive or higher, you need to have 200 PV. Okay, so again, just stick a case or two on auto ship and forget about it. Okay, that's the easiest way to guarantee that you're active, that you're rolling over commissions, and that you're qualified for check matching when you get to that level that you're eligible for, bronze executive or higher. Okay, I'm going to go through the rank structures here pretty quick. We just got a few minutes here left. And I'm going to stop at the rank of gold executive because, you know, basically if you get to gold, you will know what it takes to get to diamond. Okay, in this process, you'll learn it on your own, but we also do more advanced trainings on that. And if you do have any questions on that when I'm done and when we're wrapped up, I'd be more than happy to go into take a deeper dive into that. But again, help people get to gold. You will be a diamond. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Okay, director. Be active and personally enroll one active associate on your left and one active associate on your right. So there you are. You personally enroll someone left, someone right. They are both active, meaning that they both have at least 100 PV within the last 30 days. Congratulations, you are now a director. Now, the Director 300 is a director with 300 group volume in the pay team. So if this is you in your pay team, remember the pay team is the side of your team structure, also known as a binary, that has the lesser amount of volume. Okay? So if your pay team has at least 300, you are a Director 300. What does that mean? It means you're going to get a pin and a certificate from the company. It also is going to release your commission checks here, so you'll get at least $30. What if you have 400 volume or 500 volume? Okay, then you would get $40 or $50, 10% of whatever that amount is. But the minimum, since you achieved Director 300, is that you would get a minimum of $30 on this one override alone. Okay. Next rank is Director 700. Director with 700 group volume in the pay team. So we went from 300 now to 700. You're going to get a new pin, a new certificate recognizing this achievement when you hit Director 700. Okay, let's talk about the bronze executive. This is our real first milestone position. This is where you start to get check matching. And it's a director with 2,000 group volume in the pay team and one Director 300 down 2 separate legs. So let me clarify what that means. First off, let's talk about what we know. Lesser team volume, instead of 300 or 700, it's now 2,000. So it's a significant more of a reach, right, to get to bronze, which is what you want. This was what will allow you to get paid deeper into your group when you hit bronze, right? Because it is a little more of a reach to identify this type of leadership. And then you have to have 2 Director 300 legs. So what is a leg? Well, every time you personally enroll, and underline personally enroll an associate, not someone that was placed underneath you. They wouldn't exist here, okay? These are only people that you personally enroll. And everybody underneath them that they personally enroll and the people they personally enroll, etc., this would all be considered to be in that leg, if you will. It's just the terminology or nomenclature. Now, you have to have one Director 300 down 2 different legs. So let's say this person here became a Director 300. Even though you're not the personal enroller of that person, you can still count them, okay? So you have a Director 300 in that leg. As long as you have another Director 300 in a separate leg, then you would now have 2 Director 300 legs, and that would meet your bronze qualification in combination with the 2,000 of group volume that you had in your pay team. Okay? Now, to clarify, even if you had 50 Director 300s, and if they were all in one leg, this would still only be 1 Director 300 leg. You have to have at least one more down a separate leg. Okay, the silver executive is a director with 3,000 group volume in the pay team and 3 Director 300 legs. Okay, so if we look here, you've got 3,000 in the pay team, and now if you have 3 Director 300 legs, you're now a silver executive. And the gold executive is a director with 5,000 group volume in the pay team and 4 Director 300 legs. So there you are. Now you're at 5,000 group volume in the pay team. You add that 4th Director 300 leg, and congratulations, you're now a gold executive. Now the golds, like we mentioned, probably somewhere around $5,000 a month. And most people, if they had an extra $5,000 a month coming in their bank account, would probably shift into doing this full time. Because if you can get to $5,000 a month, there's no reason you can't get to $10,000 a month. If you get to $10,000, there's no reason you can't get to $20,000 a month. Okay, you have the recipe. It's just a matter of doing it more. Okay, so a very appropriate quote here from Boyd Matheson said that true character is the ability to stay focused on your goals long after the mood in which they were created has passed. Just like we talked about earlier, is that it's not just about doing something one time, it's about doing something consistently over a period of time. Let's talk about some events and promotions as I'm closing up here. The whole Peak Performance Program can be found at ASEAImpact.com in the rewards section. Be sure you click on that. You'll be at this page, and you'll see our information on our base camp, our ASEA Ascent event, the Diamond Summit, and the Envision Conference. The ASEA Ascent qualification period is ending here shortly, so you want to be sure to check that out. As a matter of fact, it's gonna end on July. Let's see, June 27th rather, June 27th, the Ascent. So if you're getting close to gold, or if you already hit gold once, or if you're getting close to platinum, this is the event that you want to be at. The very first one here, the base camp, you have until July 4th to qualify at the bronze rank twice or at the silver rank once, and you'll be able to attend the base camp. It's going to be either in Seattle, Washington, or in the Poconos there in New Jersey area. On the East Coast. You can choose whichever one you want to go to. The Envision Conference up in Salt Lake City is qualified to everyone who achieves the rank of bronze executive or higher, and you have the ability to do that up until September 19th. So hopefully you reach bronze or higher and attend the Envision Conference. Industry leaders and successful folks here at ASEA, corporate executives will be here to train to help you take and plan your business for the next year and make sure that you're going to reach your goals. The Diamond Summit this year, if you reach the rank of Diamond and you're paid at Diamond twice, then you and your guests will be going to beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica. If you're paid at 4 times at Diamond, both of you will get your airfare included as well. So here we are, Costa Rica. Beautiful. And by the way, you have up till September 5th to do this. With this new product and Renew, things are taking off. This is doable, guys. This is very doable. Run hard. Get here. These Diamond events are the most unbelievable things you're going to attend. The last 4 of them, or the first 4, the last 4, whatever you want to call, have been in Hawaii. We've been to the beautiful island of Kauai twice. We were in Maui and the Big Island. We stay at resorts like the Grand Hyatt, the Grand Wailea, the Four Seasons at Hualai. I mean, this is like unbelievable. 5-star properties. The red carpet is rolled out for you. You don't pay for a single meal, not even breakfast. You get about $90-something to eat breakfast at these events. I mean, it is unbelievable the gratitude and appreciation that ASEA has for their associates, and they love to reward those who are willing to go to work, willing to pay the price to reach those top levels. So let's get everyone here to Diamond. Looking forward to seeing as many people here in Costa Rica as possible. It's going to be November 4th through 9th at the beautiful JW Marriott there in Guanacaste. Okay, our convention next year is going to be in Salt Lake City. Be sure to register for that. ASEAEvents.com has registrations for all of our events. You're going to see there now the ASEA Amplify Tour post-convention tour events going on in Mexico right now. And then in a couple weeks, they'll be going on in Europe. So be sure to get everyone you know registered for those. And then, of course, you'll see at the end there the registration for our convention in Salt Lake City. You can also go directly to ASEAInSLC.com. Once again, ASEAInSLC for Salt Lake City.com, and you'll be able to register for the convention. Take advantage of early bird registration. All right, as Bob Mowat said, you can't leave footprints in the sands of time if you're sitting on your butt. And who wants to leave butt prints in the sands of time? Your time is now. I hope everyone enjoyed the training today. If you have any questions, feel free to just do a *6. It will unmute your line, or you can click on the little hand raise button, and I'd be more than happy to call on you. And any questions with regards to the information I covered today, if you have questions on Renew 28, be more than happy to field them. If not, then I'm going to defer you to, once again, making sure that you're on our mailing list by going to teamreactive.com, sign up for that. We're going to be posting or sending out rather communication tomorrow, reminders for Monday morning's call, first thing in the morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is noon on the East Coast, the Leadership in Momentum call. And then, of course, reminders for the Connection Hangout this Wednesday. We'll make sure we post all that information. We're going to have some great Renew 28 parties going on all across the country, and want to make sure you're tuned into that. It's going to be a lot of fun and exciting stuff going on. Okay, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of the weekend, and I'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.